Good morning, everyone. My name is Amanda Waldhart, and you are here with Amanda's InspirationStation.com. If you are not watching this right away this morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello. I am really excited about today's Weekly Wednesday because it's brand new product. So we have our brand new 2021 to 2022 annual catalog. This went live yesterday. This is so exciting, and I can't wait to show you some new product today out of it. We are going to be featuring a background stamp today, and I'm going to actually pull it up on my catalog here now that I can open it up for you guys. It's on page 118. If you have an annual catalog, feel free to follow along. We're going to be using the spiral die today. So this is the stamp set that we're going to use. If you do not have a current demonstrator and you need a catalog, please let me know, message me. I do give them free with shipping to anyone who places an order of $20. Otherwise, if you didn't want to purchase or place an order, but you still would like a catalog, that's totally fine. I just charge to ship it. The catalog itself would be free to you, but then the shipping charge. So please just reach out to me. You can actually message me at amandasinspirationstation.com. Okay, so we're going to be using the spiral die background stamp. We're also going to be using a new stamp set called Inspired Thoughts. Now, this does come as a bundle, and I'm going to show you that. And I don't even know what page it's on. I really should have been more prepared, but I'll get there, I promise. I'm just still learning this, and I really like the stains in this, and the dies are gorgeous. Actually, you know what? Let me just go in the back here, because in the back of the catalog, beginning on page 157, they actually show all the bundles that we have currently in the catalog, which I love this because not only are they showing you the bundles, which is a savings of 10%, they're also showing you samples, which who doesn't love samples? I love samples. So this one right here, which is the Inspired Thoughts, comes right here. It's the Inspiring Canopy. And look at these dies. I mean, these dies are gorgeous. I love these dies. Look at that. So we're going to be using the Sains from that. So there's two new stamp sets we're using. Then, jeez, I'm making a mess over here. Then we are going to use the Happiest birthday stamp set. Now, this stamp set was in the last catalog. It carried over. I really like this stamp set because we're going to use it in the center of this card here. So we're going to do some tie-dye. We're also going to do some heat embossing. Notice some new ribbon. This ribbon is polished pink, and it is the new weave or woven ribbon. I don't even know if it's weave or woven. And then inside, we're going to stamp the big sentiment in there in the inside. But do you notice on here we have a new tag? It's a stitch tag. Oh, we're going to use some more new product. This is called Tailor Made Tags. And these are just dies. So it's not a bundle. It's just dies. And you get, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different size tags. Plus then you get the circles for the tags, which I like that you can cut out multiples. And same with this one right here, which it depends on the shape if you want to use them. We're not going to use these today. I did not use those extra little reinforcements. They're cute, but I decided to do the ribbon, so we're not going to use that. So that is new product today. All right, so that's what we're going to do. And we're also going to, let me just flip this over. I do want to make sure, I wanted to show you where those dies are. So give me a second here. Sheesh, you'd think I'd know this catalog by now. No, I'm just kidding. It's new. I don't know it yet, but I will. I will learn this catalog. Right here, tailored made tags. So there's 10 dies all together. So that's on page 166. All right. So along with the new catalog, we have a couple different specials that I want to go over really quickly with you. So right now, actually beginning yesterday, May 4th through May 14th. Okay, so that's 10 days. Right now, with any $250 order, you will get an extra $25 in your host rewards. So now is a great time to either put in your own order, like your own, like if there's lots of things you want, you have a big wish list, that's a great time to do that when you get an extra $25 worth of free product. Another thing you could do too is maybe you and your friend or your coworker, you all have a couple things that you want to purchase. Put it together. Put them together and bundle them together so that you can earn that. Because you earn that beginning at $250. Okay. Now there is one more thing which I did not get to print it, and that's only because I have to change out the printer cartridge, and I did not do that this morning. Right now, beginning yesterday as well, only this will last through May 31st, we do have a joining special. And that joining special, normally it's $99 to join, and it still is $99 to join. But normally you get $125 worth of free product that you choose whatever you want out of the catalog. Right now you get to choose $155. So that is $56 free of extra product, and you're still only paying $99. Plus, shipping and handling is free. Now that is a value, that is a $15.50 value. So technically, by purchasing the starter kit for $99 and tax, you can then pick out $155 worth of product, and you also save on the shipping. So that saving shipping and getting that extra money, that's a total savings of $71.50. That's huge. And then after that, you get 20% off everything you purchase. That's like you just being a happy shopper. You love this stuff. This is a great way to constantly get a discount. You don't have to do it as a business. Some people do it as a business. Some people do not. Totally doesn't matter. For me, yes, I do it as a business, but I love this stuff so much. And I did not start hardcore as a business person when I first started either. I did it because I wanted to save money. So there's that. So we would love for you to join our Crafty Cats team. So if you have any questions, let me know. If not, if you just want to go and purchase your starter kit, you can go to amandasinspirationstation.com. All right. And there'll be a link below. If you are watching this on YouTube, I will have a link below for that as well. Okay. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I would love for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just hit that subscribe button, and I would love that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with our projects today. We have 2 cards. I like the tie-dye. I love the tie-dye look, but I never liked tie-dye on me. I was in a store called Torrid yesterday, and I absolutely love that store. And they have lots of new stuff, and it's all like tie-dye stuff. And I was like, oh, I don't like tie-dye on me, but I love tie-dye. Does that make sense? I know that's weird. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to do some fun techniques today. We're going to do the heat embossing, and we're going to do some sponge techniques. So let's go ahead and get started here. Let's start with this one first. Because we're going to heat emboss this, and we're going to do the sponge technique. So why not dive right into both? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get out my pieces here. I used basic black, and it's 5.5 by 8.5. Now, if you wanted to score it, it would be at 4 1/4, or you could just fold it in half here. Use your bone folder. which I use my bone folder, whether I score it or I don't score it. I use it because I want to varnish in that crease right there. And you're just folding it in half. Now, we are going to need 2 pieces of white cardstock, which I have, both the same size here. These measure at 4 by 5 1/4. So one of them is going to be on the outside, one of them is going to be on the inside. So let's go ahead and stamp our inside. We're going to use a new in color today. We're going to use the polished pink. Then we're going to use Granny Apple Green and Coastal Cabana. I don't know about you guys, but I just love these colors. Love, love, and love. All right, so let's go ahead and get out my polished pink new ink pad here. Let's ink that up. And then we're going to go ahead and I'm just going to center it. And voila. All right, so there's that. That's our inside of our inside of our card. I'm not going to attach it just yet because we're going to do some stamping. So now let's go ahead and open up our other ink pads here. And I'm going to do this. And I have some little Sponge Daubers here because we're going to need those. And then we're going to get out this stamp set, which clearly I did not get out yet. So there's that. And let me get this out. Now you could do one of 2 things with this. You could easily put this and use this on your Stamparatus plates, or you could get out the big block, which is what I have here, because that's more accessible to me, and the big clear block, and we'll just put it on like that. All right. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to sponge all of this. So I'm going to start with the polished pink, and I'm just going to sponge kind of by like daubing it. Get it, daubers? And we're just going to kind of go in the center there. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get out my Granny Apple Green, and I'm going to start going around that. And we're just going to kind of go in a circle, not necessarily following the lines of the tie-dye. I don't really want to do that per se, because I want to be able to make it so that it kind of blends together. So now I'm going to use my Coastal Cabana, and we're going to kind of go around like this. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and go on the outside here, only because I don't want it to be where some of my white cardstock does not get any of the tie-dye. So we're going to kind of finish it off here. And let's... All right, now we have this done. I'm going to lay my piece down like this. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is, you can do one of 2 things. You could sit there and just kind of take your bone folder and go like this. I find that kind of hard. I'm just going to take this little piece of paper and I'm going to set it over the top, and I'm just going to kind of do a little rub. So if you have like spare grid paper, computer paper, or cut up old paper, go ahead and use it. Now we're going to flip this up. Voila! Isn't that cute? I love that. All right, so let's go ahead and shut these ink pads, because I don't want to get any embossing powder in there, because we're going to now do some embossing. Because before we put this even together here, I'm going to set these aside over here. We are now going to do some embossing. So I have just a scrap piece of basic black is what I have. And the one that I'm doing is, I think it's this one. Nope. Couldn't remember which one I did. Must be this one. Let's make sure. Yep, that's the one. So we're going to get that one out. So they do have different tops. the tags here have different tops. I'm doing the one here that kind of has the little arch, and I'm doing, there's 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm doing the second to largest or smallest one, if that makes any sense. Okay, so we need to get some Versamark ink pad, and I'm going to use my Thinking of You on Your Special Day. I have my little tray here. Stampin' Up! Does not sell trays, so you could probably find a tray somewhere in a local craft store. Otherwise, if you don't have a tray, you can use computer paper like this. Use your computer paper, fold this in half like this. And then when you're done and you have extra powder here, it's already folded and you can just dump it back into your dish. But I have the tray, so we're going to use the tray. I dump all my little white embossing powder in this little handy dandy little container here. I like it because then I can buy a couple of them and I can just dump them right on in. I got these little containers at Michael's. I think they're like $1.99. Sometimes they even go on sale for $1, which I love that even more. All right, so now I'm going to ink this up, and I'm going to kind of center it in the center because I want to be able to have enough room to put my die tag over. So I'm going to now take some of my powder and I'm just going to sprinkle it over like this. I'm not going to be shy because I'm tapping it all off. And then I'm going to flick any excess off. And it looks like I had just a little mark there, so we're going to wipe that. Although that doesn't matter because we're going to actually cut it out. I don't know what that was, but all right, you guys. All right, I'm not really sure what that was, but I'm going to dump this back in. And see how I still tend to get powder everywhere? I don't know why I do. I guess a messy stamper. I guess that's just me. I'm just a messy stamper. All right, so I'm going to move this over to the side here because I'm going to bring out my cut and emboss machine. And we're going to die cut this out. So I have my cut and emboss machine here. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to center that there. I do not know why I have that little mark, but I'm going to show you what we're going to try to do to get rid of it. So I'm going to also, when you're doing this, make sure you're doing it the right way when you lay your die down, now that I think about it, because you want the tag to go on this side, on the right side, so you don't want to do it this way. But I guess if you did do it that way, you didn't ruin your card or anything. You would just have it going that way, that direction on your card, and that's not a big deal. All right, so I got that. Now let's go ahead and heat emboss this, which maybe I should have probably done first before I smeared it, but I did not. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. All right, there we go. I have this little, it's like a sand eraser, and it's like a little mono adhesive sand eraser. I'm going to see if I can just kind of erase that little spot there because it's kind of annoying me. I'm not going to lie. There we go. Look at that. Voila. Easy peasy. That came right off. All right. So now let's put our card together. So there's our card. There's this. We need some of this ribbon. So I'm just going to like cut. I'm going to kind of eyeball it, and I'm just going to cut a little piece here. And let me get a better scissors here, my ribbon scissors. All right, so now let's go ahead and start putting our card together. I'm going to put the center insert part in first. go ahead and we'll do that first. And of course, I'm going to put it upside down because why wouldn't I do that on the camera? You guys, you'd think it's Monday. I've been, in my defense, I've been up very early today. All right, there we go. My cats woke me up this morning very early, as they usually do, because they want to eat. I tell ya. All right, so let's go ahead and put this flat. There's that. Now, what I do with my ribbon is I'm going to put the two ends together like this. And I'm going to come through the back of the tag, and I'm going to pull it through just like this. And then I have this loop right here. So I have the two pieces here and a loop. I'm going to put these two pieces between the loop, okay? And then I'm going to gently, because I don't want to rip my paper, I'm going to gently tug on that, just like that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim this to be shorter, like that. All right? I'm going to get my dimensionals because I want to pop up this tag. And then I'm going to just set it right in there. Voila. Fun, you guys. Fun, 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 fun. Okay, so there's the first tie-dye one. Now, let's do the second tie-dye one. This one is fun too, and I love this because this white tie-dye is all embossing powder. So, I have scrap white, scrap polished pink, and that is for our punches here. So let's go ahead and stamp this. We're going to stamp You Make a Difference Every Day. And I'm just going to ink that up using my Memento. Stamp that in the middle right there. I'm going to get out my heartfelt punches. I'm going to center that and punch that out. There's one piece. And then I'm going to take the scallop piece and I'm going to punch that out so I have the background. There, those are done. That part's done now. I'm going to go ahead and let's just go ahead and put this part together here. I am putting the white heart flat, but we're going to pop up this whole heart. But right now we're just doing it flat. And let's go ahead and put our dimensionals on the back, but we won't attach it yet, clearly. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab one of these matte black dots, and I'm just going to put one right there. Voila. Okay, so there's that part. Now, again, we have a regular size card base, which is 5.5 by 8.5. If you score it, you would score it at 4 1/4. I did not score mine. I'm just folding it in half. Use your bone folder to varnish it in. I have my inside piece. So here's my inside. Now with this one, I did not stamp an image. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to put that right away into the center of my card. This measures at 4 by 5 1/4. And if you want to put a sentiment in there, feel free. All right, so then I have two pieces of cardstock here. This one here is the polished pink is the same size as this white. So it's at 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to go ahead and place that on the front too. Just going to place it just like that. Now this next piece we're going to put on, but not just yet. Okay, this one is a little bit different. This one measures at 3 3/4 by 5, but this is the one where we're going to do some heat embossing. Okay, so I've already used the back of this, so I'm going to use the back of this again as my little scrap here. So I'm going to bring back my stamp set. Now I want to clean this off. So I'm going to take my chamois here and I'm just going to clean this off. Now I'm grabbing my chamois like this because I haven't used it yet, even though it looks dirty. I haven't used it yet, so I know I'm not going to get stuff on my fingers. Otherwise, normally I wouldn't pick it up like this. Although you could cut them in, you could cut these down smaller. I've definitely done that where I've cut these smaller. And then you can take up little pieces and wipe big stamp sets like that. Okay, so let's get out our Versamark again. And we're going to use our Versamark. And we're going to make sure that we get it all over. Want it nice and good. I'm going to then lay that flat. I'm going to then reuse this again because we're going to do some rubbing. All right. Now, let's pop this up. And there is our piece. Now, I'll show you how to do this if you don't have one of those trays. So now don't be shy. You're still going to use a lot of embossing powder. You're still going to flick it off. I like to click on it backwards. Look at that. Doesn't that look great? I love that. So now I have this little crease here and I can just go like this and tap. Tap, tap, tap. Of course, that's going to be a mess. So I'm just going to kind of probably have to get rid of that one. All right. Let's bring back our heat tool. And I'm going to heat this, and I'm sorry. This might take a minute or so. I love watching it where it is light white to where it gets really bright white when it starts to change. All right. Okay, give me a second here. I don't feel like this one's getting very hot. I don't know why, but it didn't feel like it was getting very hot. So let's use this one. There we go. So I'm dying to know what all of you think of the new catalog. I would love to know, leave a comment and tell me what's your favorite thing from the catalog. I would love to read those. Mine is one of them, I'll say, is definitely the Sweet as a Peach. I absolutely love that one. I think it's adorable. I love all the food ones, like What's Cooking'. But I also love the Wild Cat one. I love cats, clearly. And that one is right up my alley. I'm not 100% sold on the colors that they chose for the designer series paper, but that's okay. I will do my own colors because that stamp set and dies are gorgeous. All right, so there is our tie-dyed piece. Using the embossing powder. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go like this. I don't know if you guys have noticed in the new catalog, but the embossing powder is not sold individually anymore. It is actually sold in 3-packs. So I think one of them is white, black. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I know we're making cards here, but I feel like I should tell you this. Especially in case you didn't notice it, because I know for me, I didn't notice it right away, and I was like, oh. So let's quick go in there. All right, right here. So they come as 3-packs now. So you get the white, clear, and black in 1 pack, and then you get the metallics in the other, which is the copper, the gold, and the silver. So all right, so we just attached this piece flat because we are going to pop this piece up. I hope you guys enjoyed these projects today for this week's Weekly Wednesday. Every Wednesday I post I take either a bundle or a stamp set, and I design 2 things with it. Sometimes they're cards, sometimes they're treats, sometimes they're cards and treats. So this week, again, was the new spiral dies. Love that. The new tailor-made tags. And the stamp set inspired thoughts. And then we also featured some new in color with the polished pink for the ink pad, the paper, and the ribbon. And then we did some heat embossing and some sponge techniques. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, if you want to place an order, please use this Hostess code. I have all the links below. If you want to purchase the starter kit, I would love for you to do that and join our Crafty Cats. We are a group made up of many, just honestly discount shoppers. A lot of them are just discount shoppers, and we have so much fun because we do fun stamping throughout the month. We do team meetings. We do all kinds of fun stuff, mystery cards. We have a great time. So there's that. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you next week for our weekly Wednesday. Thank you. Bye.